Hey you guys, it's MJ. How are you? I'm actually eating a little bit of breakfast. So apologies. I'm live. I felt it really important to do the March energy update. I've uploaded the full moon energy report, and there is just so much truth and clarity coming through these new energies, and it is really exciting. It's really exciting for intuitives, empaths, sensitives, weirdos, those of us who have been living on the fringes of kind of mainstream culture and society. We're we're transitioning into incredibly exciting times. Heightened, yes. Emotional, yes. But there again, a lot of us have been practicing working with the emotional body for a long time, hence the empath. So a couple threads are coming through quite powerful, and one is that it's and this is after just touching into the Lee Harris update and just being like, of course, that is what's happening. That is completely a reflection for me in my own life, is that we're dissolving the people pleasing tendencies. So true sensitives are now not tolerating manipulative and lying behavior from what in the world of psychology is called narcissistic behavior. So narcissistic behavior is like a deflection of self responsibility, but highly manipulative. So masks, being really friendly, using words to kind of confuse people, but ultimately it's about control and getting people to kind of do what we want them to do to uphold the image of what we're projecting. So it's a powerful ego. And again, it's just someone who's kind of in denial of their deep pain. And so for an empath, it's really important to begin to heal those threads by detaching from narcissistic personality types, by empowering yourself. The more an empath can empower self, the more you will not be attracting the narcissistic personalities into your life. And that is totally looped in. Like literally it's all connected, because like about 2 or 3 months ago, I remember a lot of the energy posts were coming through about like not tolerating people's shady behavior, even though like, because intuitively I could feel it, and then people be like, no, I'm not lying, or like blatantly just lying, but saying they're not lying, and I'd be like, and because I'm a light love person, it's like you always want to give people the benefit. And now I'm realizing, no, my intuition knows the truth. My intuition knows when people are lying. And then by doing all this inner work, I always go so deep. It's just how it is. And because I do all this work, suddenly I've researched into narcissism, and I've been like, oh my God, I've attracted narcissists into my life because I've been so focused on making everybody else feel good and supporting people. And, like I blatantly, like, yeah, just act like a slave to make sure that those people are happy. And then what's happened over the years is that I've noticed when I start to claim my power, when I start to believe in my worth, if it doesn't fit into the narcissistic like bubble, they will just cut you out, and they'll talk shit behind your back, and they will literally get people to disown you. And then that happened, it extended. Finding out that people they hold that, they fixate on that, and then they literally manipulate everyone around them to demonize this person. And it feels like, for me, what it's bringing up in the healing journey is a lot of inner child abandonment, rejection energy. It's bringing up threads of how dishonesty like just affects our relationships no matter what. It basically destabilizes the integrity of any relationship when you're lying. That's just how it works when you're lying. And sorry guys, when you're keeping secrets, that's lying. If you're supposed to be, if you're in a so-called relationship with someone and you're being intimate with someone and you're like having conversations, but then behind your back you're talking about them, that is lying. It's secrecy. And that secrecy is an insidious energy in any relationship, and it will ultimately lead to cutting a cord. It will lead to the disintegration of any powerful connection that you might have with somebody. So for us to really build and pioneer new harmonious relationships based on equanimous exchange, which means like two people giving. The issue with the narcissistic and an empath is that the narcissist is powering over the empath, who naturally wants to give and make that person joyous and happy, but then that person isn't doing the work. So that person's just continuously taking and taking and taking and taking. Now, as the collective energy levels are rising and the empaths are becoming more kind of grounded in their loving energy, that loving energy is now like cutting out that paradigm of people pleasing and feeding sick, insidious behavior. Because a narcissist, the danger of a narcissist, now this tendency has been, it's almost like that's how the world that we live in and see is kind of based on that narcissistic personality. That it's all out there and I have no responsibility to what's going on out there. Okay? And so what that permissions us on an egoic level is, let's just fucking run rampant and do whatever we want. And in a sense, like, okay, fair dues, free will. But one, that's making us sick, it's making us tired, and it's basically destroying the planet. So a lot of us are actually here on missions because we're like, I figure all negative is illusory, whatever feels dense is illusory as well. Yeah. And I mean, okay, so saying that, it's all illusory. The polarities are illusory. There's only one totality. And so the one totality is allowing of all illusion. It's just, so in my book I talk about like, it's all like, because people like are, most of my life people have been like, you're crazy, stop, you need to be realistic, Molly. And I would grok with that. I'd just be like, what does that really mean? Like, what is this real world that people are talking about? And so in the book I talk, when it comes to all this like law of attraction, be positive, blah blah blah, I'm like, okay, don't deny the darkness. Denying the darkness just loops it back into your feed. But like what you said, recognize everything you see, everything we feel and experience, everything we think, all of it is an illusion of creation of totality, born of divine mystery, of void. So everything we're perceiving, every single thing we're perceiving is a temporary, illusory, energetic, holographic creation. Thanks. You're just like, you're like massaging my consciousness ego. Like, no, it is back to earth. What was I talking about? Look at your compliment has just flowed my flow into a different direction. Yeah, all right, so I was talking about the polarities and it's all an illusion. So like, we're at this point in our human history where either we can continue to choose the illusion of misery, or we can choose the illusion of a divine awakening that transitions us into paradise or heaven on earth, or more and more humans living in their higher vibrational state rather than like in the misery of low density and low frequency of disempowered enslavement. So we either perpetuate that story, which even the whole like fight the system and like revolution and domination, that's the same energy. So we're dissolving the fight, flight, and attack primitive human condition, and we're evolving. So we transform our DNA structure, we transform our cells to be more light-filled, hence we become more radiant beings, and we invoke a quantum manifestation path or bridge. So those of us working on quantum, as our manifestations come birth into form, more humans, like the non-believers or the ones cloaked, they'll see the birthed manifestation and be like, and I'm literally like, I'll see it like that. Like I've visioned or felt into it that this phase of like new paradigm missionaries or whatever who are here to like birth this new world, it's like we've been doing this work and now we're coming into the actual physical manifestation of our inner alignment, and then that birthing of the manifestation is going to help more people who are still like in the conveyor belt in the system. Suddenly are like, hey, wait a minute, what are those people over there doing? So the more we congregate, the more we tribalize and break free and continue to break free, eventually the mass will just sway. And then it will be undeniable. People will be like, I could either burn in hell and destroy this beautiful planet, which people, there will be a collective who will who may well create that vision. It's all holographic. People talk about the bifurcation of realities. We're now jumping dimensions. So those of us building the new paradigm are literally moving into a different dimension of reality. So we're taking Earth from one dimension to another. It doesn't mean that the whole like Armageddon destruction of the Earth story isn't happening on a different timeline. This is when we're talking about, you know, quantum mechanics and multidimensional realities, but also the fact that we are multidimensional beings. So a lot of us can tap into those different timelines when we become more aware and clear of where our energy is and where we are in respect to our energetic outputting. So you're right, Tech Victor. It's like you get to choose. Do you want to live in misery and keep projecting this story of like sadness and destruction and poverty and corruption, or do we want to up level our consciousness and our power and start telling a new story, hence a new projection of pioneering a new world? That's what I'm doing. I think that's what a lot of you guys are doing. Or, pardon me, you're getting ready. You're tuning in. Like, you guys know. Yeah. I mean, that's part of this energy update. I totally forgot I was doing an energy update, by the way. But you've just reminded me that is part of this idea of the rise of the empaths and the end of people-pleasing tendencies, with the intuitive sword becoming a lot more effective in knowing where people's energy streams. So our non-judgment is a part of the collective healing. Our ability, like, just to be present with people in non-judgment is the reflection back that they often need. It might trigger them, it might bring stuff up for them, but that's the only work we need to do. And yeah, you're totally with me on that. It's non-seeking. I very, very much, and I can honestly say in the past projection, every time I like hooked into an energy, that eventually the intuition would say, no, you know, you can't work with these people, or nope, because they wanted to get stuff. And of course, in me, I unconsciously wanted to get stuff too. I wanted either some awesome relationship, or I wanted some guy to come along and help me make money for my business, or I wanted, and then these people would come in, and then a few months or however long down the road, it would break open, because the true intention of Alta Love is not that we basically dissolve the structure of trying to get from one another, and we simply open up to give of self. And truly, 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 it's challenging. Yeah, we're in it still. But essentially, this conversation is what's leading us to the dynamic of a harmonious understanding of how energy works, so that we don't need the documents. The documents are still an aspect of our own disempowered denial. Because we've forgotten who we are, we think we need these things to symbolically represent an energetic exchange. And ultimately, that's how it's become so effing distorted. Now, people have taken that and made it more powerful than the humans, right? So humanity need to awaken to their inherent divine power in order to dissolve the structure of needing a physical symbol for an energetic exchange. Because let's be honest, sensitive empath people out there, we can feel it. We can just fucking feel. We can feel it. I mean, this is like literally within the last couple of days, I'm suddenly like, I can feel where you're at. And I don't need, and this is the importance of the intuition, is that I don't need to justify, I can just say, nope, you're not clear, therefore you're playing games. And again, it's never a place of judgment. It really, really isn't. It's just my own well-being. It's my own sanity. It's my own trust in self. It's my own all-knowing pillar. I talked about that as well. The all-knowing pillar from within the empath, from within these sensitive beings, are coming into full alignment and integrity. And so, in the full alignment, we can call out corruption on the subtlest of levels. That's what this month is, the real turning point. That suddenly insidious, narcissistic, invisible tendencies of manipulation are being called out. Which you can imagine the power of all that, right? Right away. Right away? What's that reference to? I love this, you guys. Yeah. So the people pleasing is gonna be a huge part of our human expansion into power. And then the birthing manifestation of the new paradigm leaders is part of the mass awakening and sway. So more healing centers, more of us talking about more of this stuff more openly, and then also shining light for more people who are at the earlier stages of their awakening to keep going. So you can start to see how it becomes an accelerated movement. And in fact, and I've been talking about it for a while, but we already are in the acceleration. We are already in an exponential growth phase, but we're still going deeper. We're always going deeper. We're always digging out the subtler, insidious distortions of truth. But you know what's amazing, you guys, is like, it's just fun. I'm loving working with people. I'm like more, I never imagined, even though like life is intense, like I never imagined life could be so good. I never imagined that I'd end up doing exactly what I love, like loving this planet and loving these people and having these people come into my life, and it's just perfect. You know, like to be able to share your heartfelt truth and shine light for people and then like assist people and hold space for people in them breaking down the walls that limit their ability to love. Like, see, as a very young child, I always thought I wanted to be a medical doctor, but then I failed I didn't fail, but I didn't excel in biology, chemistry, and physics. So at the like mid-teens, I was like, well, shit, if I'm not naturally skilled at the sciences, then how am I going to save people? How am I going to be a doctor and save people? And then I realized it was the arts. And then I had a massive journey of awakening, and here I am today, assisting people, supporting people, and helping helping people heal in an alternative way, in a high vibrational way, in a very real way as well. I totally got I so got sidetracked on this share, you guys. Like, I'm just hearing in my mind, I'm like, this is meant to be a March 2008 intuitive energy update. But I think some information was shared, that we're breaking through the illusions, that we're rising in our knowing, and in that knowing, we're calling out more subtle aspects of manipulation, deception, betrayal, distortion, and you know, that has a lot to do with the amount of work that we've done, and then also really standing in our power to really let go of the people-pleasing tendencies and to be true and to be honest. And it really is our honesty that continues to shine light and empowers our own path, and then lets go of the crap. But in a collective, we got this. I know, right? We fucking got this. We so got this. It's done. Like, I know I've seen dark energy leave the realm, and light-filled energy, boom, boom, coming in. Hence the power we're starting to feel of, I am not here to please the dark forces anymore. I love them. I can fucking shine my light into the dark forces and be like, what? This is my home now, boy. and girls and extraterrestrial races that vibe on this frequency. Yeah, we up here. And we're taking the humans with us. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But I love you guys, and I'm super appreciative of all your support. And this month is going to be a big turnaround month. We're going to start riding really high wave energy, really, really creative, because we're free. We're free to be creative. We're no longer sat in the fear of external manipulation. Now we can see through that manipulation, some of the most subtle manipulation happening on the planet today. So we're calling that out. We're rising in our power, and we're going to keep riding those creative and fun-filled waves. Keep going on your journey, guys. Keep shining your light. Feel free to support, book a session with me. Buy some All to Love clothes, buy my book, all of it is helpful. Like Victor and I were talking about, like, we still need those documents. I completely love and share from my heart, but I'm also completely grounded and practical in this world still as it is today, where money, bills, money is useful, because we need the resources to keep pioneering the new world. Just bear in mind, the money I make for All to Love is never going to go to an invisible shareholder that's all about bottom line. And the money's any surplus money is just gonna go to like pioneering new paradigm projects. Free energy, re-education, and whatever else you guys think. Animals, love my veganism. Animal sanctuaries, new paradigm, free energy, all those kind of projects. So my vision for All to Love is just like shifting billions of people, shifting them and using all the resources so that like literally we can make loads and loads and loads of money so that we can just go, we don't need this economy anymore, you guys. Boo! We don't need the money because we've already awakened. We're already living in the quantum realm of manifestation. And then some people will use the cryptocurrency stuff, but hey, who knows? I think that's it. I think that's it. I hope that was useful to you guys. Tech Victor, thanks for joining me. There's been a few of you popping in and out on this share. I really appreciate you guys. Like, you have no idea. You have no idea how much love and compassion I have for you, for the love, for like life itself. And I'm just incredibly thankful to have. It's almost like having climbed a ridiculous, insane mountain my whole life, and I've just reached another plateau, and I've looked down and be like, holy shit, girlfriend. This is good. This is good. There's still like a few more peaks or just endless peaks to climb, but for now I feel like I can just kind of ground and rest and be like, I got this. And we got this. And how cool is it to get to a point where we're now engaging and we got this and we know what we're talking about? And certainly for me, because I've been ridiculed for most of my life. Big hugs! Big hugs! Have an awesome day. Speak to you soon. Bye.